Atlanta United Fan TV, and here with Tanner, and we have to be happy with Josef Martinez making history with his 28th goal of all places at Orlando City Stadium. Yeah.
Not only that, it was the match winner as well. It was good. It's nice. It's a very satisfying 3 points. I mean, I thought, honestly, it should have been more than what it was at 2-1. I thought Atlanta United were much the better team. I thought there was a lot of space, and any other day they could have maybe executed better. I thought sometimes they decided to make a complicated, risky pass instead of the simple pass that could have resulted in a chance. But I mean, they won. Bendikit fault for the first goal. LGP getting his first goal after becoming a dad. Good for him. Good to see him. We almost had a second one as well. But, I mean, there were a lot of chances there. But for Josef to get it and for it to be the record breaker and for it to just be absolutely filthy nonetheless, I mean, Gressel underlapping, I've been banging on about him playing right back and what he gives you going forward. He underlaps, Tito finds him, he makes a perfectly weighted ball through to Josef Martinez again. And Josef, when you're that confident, chops it back and chips the keeper and then gives Bundik an absolute look of disrespect, like you don't even belong in the same field as me. Incredible. We're so lucky to see a guy like this. And, I mean, to have found him and realize that's the position he should play, it's just incredible. I mean, he's just an absolutely outstanding player, and I honestly, I'm just so happy to be able to see him wear the 5 stripes and continue to score goals like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, what a journey from Serie A to, to here playing from left wing to striker and, just breaking records all over the place. 9 consecutive games that he scored in, tying Diego Valeri. I mean, who was the MVP last year? I mean, that's not
too bad. I mean, I think he's the MVP right now. I mean, I don't know where he's going to end up with. I mean, I said 35 a few months back, and that doesn't seem too ridiculous at this point. I mean, hell, he could have another hat trick or two in him. I mean, 8 games left. I want him to score every game. It's not part of me expects him to score every game when he's scoring as much as he is, but, we'll see how many he ends up with. But he's going to have a record, and it's going to be nice. It's going to be over 30 for sure. I mean, but what a player. I mean, what a player. What a good team win. I thought Orlando had some decent chances at points in time. They broke well. There's just, again, so much space in this match. And I think Atlanta were definitely the better team, and it's probably a closer score on than what it really should have been. Orlando, I think, got lucky with a couple chances. And, Guzan made a couple good saves, but I think Atlanta were the better team. And there was one sequence in the second half where we had, 3 shots head at the goal in about 5 seconds, and somehow none of them went in. So sure. At the end of the day, Josef with that goal, sweet.
Yeah, definitely. Now, Barco makes his return to the starting 11. How did you think he came on?
I thought he did well. He went through the middle a lot, and I thought a lot of times he got the ball on the turn and was able to explode, run into space. And I think he's still going to have some catching up to do and getting back on page with the rest of the team. But I thought the forwards played really well today. They were very fluid. They were very attacking. Aside from Tito, I didn't think he had the best of games. Sometimes I thought he could have pulled the trigger and he didn't, or when he did, he just didn't get enough on it. But Barco looked good. He looked confident. He lost the ball a couple times, but I mean he's a very talented player. He's one of the most talented players on that team, which is why we went and bought him for the amount we did. Obviously, ideally, you'd like him to play better. You'd like him to come in and play well, to the price tag that he did. And if he can, then that's just another bonus. And, today we saw a lineup that we hadn't seen yet because of an injury. But I think attacking-wise, if we think we can beat a team, that's the lineup we should put out because, Escobar is good, maybe more defensive at right back. But Gressel works harder, probably, at least in my opinion. And going forward, you can't really find anyone else better than him going forward on, at least from that position.
You think this is probably our best starting 11? I mean, if Escobar is out for a while, I mean, we heard pregame that it was a right leg injury. We don't know the extent of it. I mean, what do you think?
I mean, if he's out, I think Gressel's your only choice to play at right back. I think he did well today. He got caught up a couple times, but I mean, with how that game was, that's not shocking. But I mean, he gives you so much quality going forward. Sometimes you accept what you get. Defensively, when going forward, he's going to pick up assists. He's going to put crosses in the box that are dangerous. He's good on the ball. He's going to consistently overlap, giving Tito more space, cutting inside. I mean, so I think you get a whole lot more going forward. And with it, how Atlanta want to play, we want to score goals. So I think that's a risk you take. So if Escobar is out, yeah, I think that's the guy you slide in at right back. And I'd prefer him play right back in a 4-2-3-1 as opposed to a right wing back in a 3-5-2 because I want that other player going forward. Rometty showed that he can, cover an immense amount of space tonight. I thought he had a very good game again, all over the place, getting in on tackles. So when you have a guy like that can cover all those places, and you have a guy like Jeff Larinowitz who can sit there solid and cover that back four, I think you're allowed to take those risks. And I think that's just another attacking weapon that Atlanta have figured out how to put onto the field at the same time. And I mean, when you have that in your lineup, that's pretty much all of your weapons that are out from the get-go, and that's going to be tough for teams to cope with for 70, 80 minutes.
Great. Now, in terms of if, unfortunately, I mean, we did concede that goal, and it's one of those, like, you know, what do you think was the culprit?
I mean, it's difficult. I mean, the ball's played, you know, on the right side into some space. You can't really expect too much from too many people there. It's just unfortunate. The game was loose, but the guy hit the hell out of it. I mean, at the end of the day, he blasted that ball. He's probably not going to catch too many more this season better than how he did. So sometimes you just have to hold your hands up and say, well, that was a really, really good strike. So 9 out of 10 times he's probably not even putting that on target. But that one he did, and it was a great shot. But you deal with it. It's frustrating. You obviously want the clean sheet, but you get 3 points at your rival's stadium, and you walk out of that. And especially with Red Bull and NYCFC drawing on Wednesday, it's points you're picking up. So, you know, 6-point gap on NYCFC now, and Red Bull play again on the weekend. So we'll see what happens. But, you know, United needed to go get those 3 points, and they did.
Yeah, and it's 3 wins in 3 this year against Orlando City. Ain't too bad. Ain't too bad.
Rivalry, right?
Yeah, exactly. Appreciate it, man.